Escuderia Telmex celebrates 10 years of dedication, passion, and technology, thanks to the combined efforts of sponsors, team members, and a great human capital investment, working every day to make this team one of the most important at the international level. This is Escuderia Telmex. Series and drivers. With more than 200 wins on tracks all over the world, Escuderia Telmex celebrates one more anniversary, competing in the most important series in motorsports. NASCAR Mexico. Toño Pérez, champion in 2008, is again in the fight for the championship of NASCAR Mexico Series. Rubén Robelo is a promise fulfilled, who in 2010 participated in various regional NASCAR races throughout the United States. GP2 Series. 2011 is the first year in this series for Esteban Gutierrez, who is also the standby driver for the Sauber F1 team. In 2010, Esteban had an excellent season and made history by becoming Grand Champion of the GP3 Series. Grand Am, one of the main series of North American motorsports, where Telmex Ganassi Racing Team has won great achievements, accompanied by three-time champion Scott Pruitt and his record of wins in the Grand Am Series. 2004. This year, the trajectory of the team begins with Jimmy Morales, partnering with Luis Chapulín Díaz under the tutelage of experienced Chip Ganassi, and taking as teammates international drivers Scott Pruitt and Max Papis, who at the end of the season were crowned both team champions and champion drivers. 2005, Telmex Ganassi Racing Team secures runner-up with the duo made up of Scott Pruitt and Luis Díaz. 2006, Pruitt and Díaz win the team championship and runner-up championship for drivers for the second consecutive year. 2007, Salvador Durán, in the company of Scott Pruitt and Juan Pablo Montoya, becomes the second Mexican to win the 24 Hours of Daytona after the Mexican legend Pedro Rodriguez. This same year, Scott Pruitt drives car number 1 with Memo Rojas, winning 4th place in the championship, and Memo Rojas is recognized as Rookie of the Year. 2008, a spectacular season for Telmex Ganassi Racing Team and its drivers Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas, who begin by winning the emblematic 24 Hours of Daytona, with Scott winning for the 3rd year in a row and Rojas for the 2nd consecutive year. They finish by winning the championship, with Memo Rojas being the first Latin American crowned champion of the Daytona prototypes. 2009, after a tough season, Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas earn runner-up champion, adding in just 12 dates 8 podiums, 5 second places, and 2 wins, to end the year only 6 points shy from again crowning themselves champions. 2010, the Telmex Ganassi Racing Team reconfirms as 2-time champion, leaving records in the series that will be difficult to beat. 9 wins in the same season, and 11 visits to the podium in 12 scoring dates. 2011, with Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas, the Telmex Ganassi Racing Team is in the hunt for a 3-time championship this year. Scott Pruitt, besides starting the year winning for the 4th time the 24 Hours of Daytona, as a team they have 6 consecutive wins, winning the final 3 races of 2010 and the first 3 of 2011. Currently, they hold the lead in the series. Formula One. After a long wait of 30 years for a Mexican driver in the Formula One, in 2011, Sergio Pérez, after an outstanding performance at the GP2 Series, with 4 wins in the championship, became that reality in the top category of worldwide motorsports with the Sauber F1 team, where he has made a surprising, adrenaline-filled debut. With Checo Pérez, Escuderia Telmex achieved one of its primary objectives, to take a Mexican driver emerging from its ranks and raise him up to the Formula One. Escuderia Telmex has consolidated itself as the most important project for the development of drivers in Latin America. With more than 70 races in 11 months out of the year, Escuderia Telmex is the team with the most extensive media coverage. Spots in movie theaters, television, the press, radio, outdoor screens, Telmex stores and Sanborns. Interviews, articles, and on-air mentions. Fleet of Telmex cars. EscuderiaTelmex.com official website. Social networks. Latin American presence through internet and social networks exposure. Media support. Press conferences, bulletins, and multiple activities with the drivers. Promotional items in the pole position boutiques in Sears stores, as well as in the trailers for NASCAR Mexico races and the Pan American Race Circuit. Escuderia Telmex maintains unprecedented coverage of its drivers' performances through interviews, articles, and racing broadcasts from the Speed Channel, Fox Sports, Network Television, and the Escuderia Telmex website. Racing to change lives. Escuderia Telmex continuously promotes important efforts aimed at social responsibility with the program Racing to Change Lives, through which it provides to marginal communities on each of the NASCAR Mexico dates wheelchairs, hearing aids, corneal and kidney transplants, cataract surgeries, and cleft palate surgeries, in addition to computers donated to public schools. Escuderia Telmex, 10 years of hard work and effort, resulting in 23 championships, 10 runners-up, 394 podiums, and 214 racing wins. Lots of effort, dedication, technology, and the exuberance of youth have allowed Escuderia Telmex to conquer the most important national and international series. And in 2011, the team writes a new history for Mexico on the tracks of the top category of worldwide motorsports, the Formula One. Escuderia Telmex.